Hello everyone. Today I wanted to do our 10-month review of the Garmin 1080. Remember when you say her name. She listens. So we have had this now for a little over 10 months. We still love it. There's been a few changes though, as many of you know if you follow us. We no longer have the Excursion. So we put the RV into a seasonal site, and we're right now looking at motorhomes. But we picked up this this Renegade, and it has GPS in it. Obviously not set up for an RV, but it helps us out for this right now because we're not in an RV. So anyway, getting back to the GPS, I want to show you a few things with it. Have we had any issues with it? 2 issues. For some reason, the plug on the back of the mount seems like it, let me turn it around here because it is not mounted. It seems like it jiggles its way out. So you'll be halfway to your destination and all of a sudden the screen just goes out, and you got to kind of jiggle it around to get it back on, and by then you have to, oops, I'm resetting my sizes there. I don't want to do that. Then you got to re-put it into the system and blah, blah, blah. It just, So I don't know, maybe it's just our plug. I haven't heard anyone else complain about it. Problem 2, has it ever taken us to a wrong destination? Yes. One time, for the M21 Michigan meetup, it took us out to a cornfield. I don't think it's right. Trailer's on the back of the truck. Oh my God, we're going to Cousin Eddie's house.
Oh my God.
In 3/4 of a mile, head to Lake of Dreams Campground on the right.
And we weren't the only Garmin owners that ended up at the same cornfield. So, yeah, other than that, it's always given us the correct directions that we needed. For some reason or whatever, somebody has added the campground's address into an area that it wasn't. So it takes you 40 minutes away from where the park was. Was it a headache? Yes. It's a very narrow dirt road. Cornfields on one side, Cousin Eddie's house on the other. And if you're in a big RV, the only way to turn around is, well, you can't. You have to drive up to the next road. That road gets even rougher and narrower just to take you out onto this little tiny dinky road just to take you back to where you were. So other than that, we do love it. You guys already know the weather feature, which is great. You already know that you can change between your car and your trailer. We still have all of our truck information on there, which that's going to change actually to a motorhome here, hopefully shortly. Okay. So then you can go into your apps. One thing is that right now we are hooked up to Wi-Fi. So if you have an unlimited plan with your cell service, you can actually go online and do stuff. So anyway, weather radar, I believe I showed you the guys that when we first got it. So there is a snowstorm on its way, but it's still over, I believe, on the other side of Lake Michigan at this point. So it might show something, but anyway. Okay, well, it looks like there's a little bit of snow up in Traverse City right now, and everything else is up in Wisconsin and the UP. Traffic, so showing you all the little red spots, and then you can click on them to see what it is. Now this is an ongoing construction site here at 696 and I-75. Click on it and it's going to say road closed. I don't know if it gives you a little bit more information. Stevenson Highway, Chrysler Drive. So the service drive is closed, and it looks like just a small section of it. So that kind of gives you that. So it would tell you and reroute you anyway. So that's not that big of a problem. If you are driving and you're on a planned route and you hit some massive construction, or there's a slowdown or whatever, it knows. So it's going to say, you know, in 20 miles there's a slowdown, and it's going to show you like how long it is on a bar at the bottom here. I have some footage of it and I'll put that up. So originally our estimated time of arrival was going to be 7:20, and now we're at 7:42, and it keeps on tacking on. So if you're not familiar with this GPS, down here, those yellow and red lines, red means we're at almost a standstill. That's what we're in right now. Yellow means we're kind of going slow, and then there's clear. So it's been pretty accurate so far. Live photo. Touch that. So these are traffic cams all in the area, and I believe if it says that, I think the camera's just offline. Yeah. So let's go back. Let's do 11 and Mound. That's fairly close to here. And as it loads, there's the live footage of 11 Mile and Mound. So we are facing westbound. It says east, but that's west, because if it was facing east, you would see the military plant. I'm sorry, there's some big truck trying to turn around in my driveway here. Yeah, always going into the neighbors. All right. Anywho, we'll get out of that. Track back, you know, that's kind of self-explanatory, really. It's going to show for your previous route the way back. Okay, so this is showing the way back from my work. The last time I had the excursion, I still had that this GPS in there, so it's showing how I could go back to work or come back. You know, you get the idea. Hit go, it's going to route it. Trip history. It's going to show all the different places that you went to, and even gives you the dates, which is pretty cool. Okay, here's what I was looking for. Tools. So you got your clock. That's nothing special. You can upload music to it. Rear view, if you hook up, they do have a rear view camera for this unit. You can hook that up. File managers is where you're going to be storing stuff if you download stuff. Galleries, it's just anything that you've saved, which all these that you're seeing are just from the manufacturer itself. And then browsers, so what I'm getting at. If you have Wi-Fi hookup, you can access the internet. And look at this right now, it's going right into YouTube for the last thing that I probably watched. Oh, it's one of my videos. Imagine that. Hit play. The audio's not the best, but it works, right? It's not a bad picture. And you can actually make it full screen. Let's stop that because it's actually loud. You can make full screen, or you can tilt the screen to make it, landscape instead of portrait, and it's going to look a lot better. So if you needed to look up some information on that, then it's there. Or if you needed to look up a campground or anything else and you wanted more information than what the park gives you, there you go. So you got your campgrounds, plan RV services, you're saved. If you save stuff, you're recent. You got categories, you got restaurants, stuff like that. So let's say I was hungry right now, and I'm looking for coffee and tea. So I was looking for the nearest stuff there. So it's showing a Potbelly's, Dunkin' Donuts, all that good stuff. You can click it, and it's going to route it. Plus, it gives you information. Or if you needed a call, I don't know where we were, but we wanted a pizza. We used it. It pulled up the phone number. We were able to call them, order a pizza, and pick it up. That's brilliant. So then you got TripAdvisor, you got your national parks, history. So if you wanted to look up stuff like, okay, well, I wanted to see a historical building that was featured on the History Channel. Whoa! This is not mounted. So there you go. It's showing you all the different things that are close by here. And I think that's pretty cool. KOAs. The iOverland. That is something I believe that's new because I don't remember seeing that. Okay, so it's just giving you some campground and some information. Ultimate public campgrounds. Addison Oaks. Wow, okay. I believe that's a new feature too because I don't recall that. Foursquare. Internet. Okay. Fuel prices. We're not as bad as some states, but we are pretty bad right now. Pull up your locals. Okay, $3.40, $3.30, $3.20. Well, I paid $3.19, but I know there's some places that are only $2.99 right now, so I don't know how accurate that is. I would have to take a trip up to the gas station and actually see. So, intersections. State, Michigan. Enter street. Okay. No, we don't need that. Foursquare, check-ins nearby. I don't know how many people are still using Foursquare, but hey, it's here. Now, restaurants. Now, we've used this quite a few times looking up different restaurants, and we've found some pretty good restaurants thanks to them that we probably would have just drove by and didn't know. So, definitely worth using. So in general, we love this GPS system. There's not a whole lot I would probably change. Other than maybe that plug issue. If you own this unit and you've had problems with that plug, please let us know in the comments below. Other than the GPS taking us to one spot that was wrong, it's been accurate every time. It loads fairly fast. I gotta say, it has to be one of the best GPS systems that we've had. And as you all know, we replaced a horrible one with this one, and this is so much better. And they do make the smaller screen. There is an 8-inch screen that's available. This is the 10-inch. We went 10 because we always knew that our next step would go back to a motorhome, and on a Class A, sometimes you have to put these screens a little bit further out, so I wanted a bigger screen that was easier to see. So in a car like this, or even in the Excursion, it was kind of overkill for this big screen where the 8-inch would have been perfect. But since our plans are going back to hopefully a diesel pusher, I wanted the bigger screen. The colors, the screen is very crisp compared to a lot of GPSs. Jeep, the new system that they have here is on a full high definition screen, so everything is really crisp, but the maps are just, now let me go back to the bigger GPS. The maps are just not, I just don't care for them. Maybe it's just me, but anyway. So yeah, our 10-month review, I'm going to give it 5 stars, a couple thumbs up, and I would even kiss it, but, I'm not going to kiss a machine. So anyway, if you have any questions, comment below, and I'll put a link to get your own if you're interested in getting one of these bad boys, because it is awesome. Anywho, Happy New Year, and till next time, happy trails.